Hey everybody, Poundkey here with another tutorial.
Yoshi!
First you'll need some green clay, and a lot of it. First, to make the head, you'll need 2 balls of clay, one smaller bit and one larger part. The larger piece will be the nose of Yoshi, and the smaller part will be the head. Well, the cranium, to be exact. Roll out 2 egg shape for the eyes, and place them on top of the smaller ball of green clay. Roll out 2 egg shapes of white and place them in between the crevice of the cranium and the nose of Yoshi. Press down firmly so that it stays in place. Then you will want to take a thin sheet of green clay and place it over the eyes and the back of the cranium. Use a tool or a toothpick to smooth out the edges and fit it into the cracks and crevices of the face. Mine looks a little bit mad, so you might want to play around with the clay for a bit. Take your time and blend in all the sides of your eyes and your eyelids to the side of the head and the snout. Use your tool if you need to cut any extra clay. Also, you'll need your tools to push any extra clay into the crevices of Yoshi's face and to smooth out any rough surfaces, like so. Use your fingers, but be careful not to squish the shape. Once you are complete, Yoshi's head should look something like this. This is a rough outline of what it looks like now. Alright, now that the basic shape of the head is filled out, I'm going to take some white clay and form the cheeks on Yoshi. His cheeks and the lower part of his mouth are both white, so place one flat ball of clay on each side of his head and press down firmly. Use a tool if you have to smooth out the edges once again. So this is what my head looks like so far. Moving on to the body, I'm taking a larger ball of clay and rolling it out into the shape of a teardrop and then slowly pinching each end. So there we have the tail and there's the head. It kind of looks like an awkward shaped bean. Now that I have the body shaped out, I'm going to take a large teardrop of white clay and start from the front and gently smooth it out to the back of the tail. So this will be the base of Yoshi's body. There's still a lot more to do, and I haven't even got halfway through this tutorial. Now for the feet. I've taken some tan and gold clay and mixed them together to form this blend. Just roll it out into the shape of a small bean. It should look something like this. You can smooth out the cracks and edges with your fingers. Then you will need another piece of clay flattened out into a circle shape and place it on top. This will be the edge of the boot, or the opening of it. Then once again, take a small piece of flattened clay and then place it on the top, but only this time it's going to be green. This will be Yoshi's leg. Push down firmly so that none of the pieces fall apart. Now for the sole of the shoe. Take a piece of light yellow clay and place it on the bottom of the shoe. If it doesn't fit exactly, take a knife and cut around the edge to fit the shape of the boot. You'll need to repeat this method twice so that there's a shoe for each foot. Smooth out the sole with the foot to make it into this shape. Repeat again. Now let's get back to the remainder of the body. Attach one flattened circle to the tail end of Yoshi. These are the thighs of Yoshi, and then when you connect them to the feet, it should look more uniform. Make sure you press down securely Now to attach the head, take a little bit of TLS and attach it to the top part of the body. The next part's going to require a steady hand. Take an eye pin and insert it through the bottom of Yoshi. Push it up through the top, through the other side. Make sure the eye pin at the bottom is still visible. Then you will want to take your head and once again insert it through the bottom of the head, through the top of Yoshi's head. Roll out 2 teardrop shapes and then blend them into the side of Yoshi's body. These are going to be his arms. You don't need to put that much detail into the hands, but if you choose to, that's your preference. Now take the 2 boots that you've made for Yoshi and attach them to the bottom part of his body. Make sure there's enough space in between his legs so that you can see the visible eye pin. For the pupils, I've rolled out 2 flattened black shapes of polymer clay, and I'm just placing them towards the middle of his snout, like so. After you have secured the pupils to the eyeballs with your fingers or tools, you will want to take a small tool and indent the nostrils on each side of Yoshi's snout. Next, you'll need some red clay. Because mine is so bright, I'm going to tone it down with a little bit of gold clay and blend it well. This is what my blend turned out to be. It's still bright, but it works. I'm going to roll it out into small pieces, 3 to be exact, and then form them into tiny little triangles. On the back of Yoshi's head, I'm going to start putting the little triangles there. I have to be careful with the red. After it is baked, options that you can use is a little bit of sandpaper and any remaining extra colors that you don't want on certain surfaces or dust will come right off, or you can use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Next is the saddle. Take a flattened piece of white clay and place a circle of chocolate clay in the center. Cut around the edges and make sure there's a border of white. Once you've smoothed out the edges, place a little bit of TLS on the back of Yoshi and firmly place the saddle on his back. Next, you'll need some white clay and roll it out into 3 egg shapes. Ta-da! These are my eggs! Next, you'll need to take the same green clay used to make Yoshi's body and place little green dots all over the eggs. You can put as many as you want. Just firmly press down on each side of the egg to make sure it looks pretty smooth. Next, you will need 2 eye pins and 1 flat head pin. Take the first eye pin and push it towards the other side of your egg. Repeat the same action. For the very last egg, use the flat head pin. Later on, we'll make a chain from these. Now that Yoshi's baked, I'm going to take a jump ring and insert it through the first eye pin at the bottom of my figure. Once I've completed the bottom, I'm going to take a pair of needle nose pliers and curl the top of my charm. Add some more jump rings to create length and add the eggs to the bottom of Yoshi. Once all 3 eggs are added, you now have a cute little chain to attach to your charm. Now you may choose the glaze of your choice and glaze Yoshi as you see fit. I hope you liked the tutorial. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Pound key out.